Good morning and welcome to the first day of the St. Peter's Way. Now just behind me is the medieval market town of Chipping Ongar, and it's overlooked by these enormous castle earthworks that sadly you can't actually go and explore, but you can just see as the path skirts around the moat. What you can see in the centre of the town is the Church of St. Martin, and it's Grade 1 listed and dates right back to 1080, and it shows signs of Norman work. And looking at the actual material, it almost looks like it's made of Roman tile, but I haven't actually done my research, so I'm not 100% sure. Now the trail is 45 miles long, and it's going to take me in a pretty much straight line right across Essex to end on the coast at St. Peter's Chapel, which sits right on the site of a Roman fort. So this part of the St. Peter's Way is going to be about 10 miles. I started down in Chipping Ongar, which you can actually see just on the top of the hill over there. This is High Ongar down here. In fact, I can actually see the little parish church over there. And I say it's going to take me about 10 miles. And I've actually parked at a small village called Margaretting, which is just south of Chelmsford. And I managed to get a bus from there very early this morning into Chelmsford, and then another bus to Chipping Ongar. So my plan is not to walk this trail in 4 consecutive days. I'm going to be doing it in 4 days over the spring period. So it's currently right at the beginning of April, and it's going to be about 10 or 12 degrees today. And it's meant to be just blue sky all day, which is going to be fantastic. Feels like a proper spring morning, and I can hear so many birds singing. I can hear woodpeckers in the trees. It's absolutely lovely. And as some of you may know, I have walked in this area before. In fact, the Essex Way that I walked a couple of years ago goes through Chipping Ongar and actually heads over towards Willingale, which is a small village just over that way somewhere. I was hoping I might be able to see the church spire, but I can't. But it's actually one of the reasons why I've kind of put this trail off. I've wanted to do it since I walked the Essex Way, since I kind of read about it, but I didn't really want to walk in the same area too frequently. So I've given it a couple of years, and now I've come back to actually do the trail, and everything from now on is all going to be new, which is really nice. So I'm now coming up to the tiny hamlet of Paslow Wood Common. I'm going to head straight through and along the field paths on the other side. And that's going to take me to the village of Blackmore and its rather intriguing church. This wonderful building is the Church of St. Lawrence, and it actually dates all the way back to the mid-12th century, where it was founded as an Augustinian priory. Now, not much remains of the first buildings that were actually here on the site, but if you go inside, there is an archway which marked the original entrance to the priory. And this wonderful wooden tower dates to 1400. Blackmore was such a beautiful little village. I actually sat by the village pond, had a few snacks, but there was wildlife around and the sound of running water, absolutely gorgeous. And I spotted the village pub, and there's some tea rooms next door and also a shop, so perfectly situated to actually have some lunch right in the middle of the day. So I'm literally 10 minutes out of Blackmore, and look over there, just next to this woodland, there is a massive herd of deer, and I reckon there must be probably 50 to 80 deer there. It's so unusual for them to be just out in the open, broad daylight, but clearly enjoying whatever crop has been sown in this field. I'm about 2 miles or so out of Blackmore, and I've just joined this lovely track called Maple Tree Lane, and this is going to lead me all the way to the tiny hamlet of Mill Green. So I've just left a lovely area of woodland behind to enter this large open field, and it doesn't seem like much at the moment other than the fantastic view that way, but this was actually the site of a Roman villa, and with its location, obviously with that view and a water source in this woodland, of course someone's going to build a nice big country house here. Archaeologists have managed to find pieces of pottery here that actually date this villa back to the reign of Emperor Hadrian, which is the beginning of the 2nd century. So I've only got about a mile and a half left of today, but this last few 100 meters has actually been dominated by this sound that's getting louder and louder, and that is of course the A12. And in fact, here is my first view. I can see Lorry zooming up and down over there, which is just near Ingatestone, and Margaretting is just over that way. So I'm on the edge of Margaretting now. In fact, I passed the village pub just back there, which is right on the very southern edge of the village. And now I'm just gonna pass through these fields and then take a little footpath into the main village. And there I have parked, but what you can do is get a bus into Chelmsford, stay overnight, and then return the following morning, and then continue on with part 2. Now, if you like this video, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and ring the bell to keep up to date with any future uploads, and I will see you in part 2.